Is life tough? Are you going through a tough time? Dim the lights in your room, put on your headphones, and listen to the video. We guarantee that your mental fatigue will decrease. In this video, you will hear a part of the beautiful sayings of Florence.
But life is not a war. Rather, it's a game. However, life is a game that cannot be played successfully without knowing the spiritual rules. Sacred books present the rules of the game with astonishing clarity. Jesus Christ taught us that life is an important game of giving and receiving. Whatever a person sows, they will reap. This statement means that whatever words or actions a person utters or performs will return to them. Whatever they give, they will receive. If a person expresses hatred, hatred and resentment will return to them. If they show love and affection will return to them. If they criticize and condemn, they will be criticized and condemned. If they lie, they will be lied to. And if they betray, they will be betrayed. We also learn that the power of the mind plays a significant role in the game of life. Keep your heart or imagination trying with all your might to break free from the categories of life. The above sentence means that whatever a person imagines, sooner or later, will manifest in their actions. I knew someone who was terrified of a specific disease. It was a very rare disease, and it was very difficult to contract. However, he constantly visualized it and studied it. He continued until the symptoms of that illness appeared in his body, and that person passed away. That individual became a victim of his own distorted imagination and thoughts. Therefore, we see that to successfully play the game of life, one must learn the power of imagination. A person who undergoes this training learns to imagine only in a desirable way, and this causes all his interests and desires, such as health, wealth, love, friends, complete expression of opinions, and the highest ideals, to be correct and proper. Imagination means cutting and segmenting the mind and thoughts. And each cut in each day is the images that a person sees and soon or later encounters in his external world. To successfully train imagination, one must understand and comprehend the workings and functions of his mind. The Greeks say about this, know yourself. Every mind has three parts, the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and the superconscious mind. The subconscious mind is a force without direction. This force is like steam or an electric current and operates in a guided manner without deductive or inductive reasoning. Whatever a person deeply feels or explicitly imagines is influenced by the subconscious mind and is executed precisely and meticulously. For example, I know a woman who, when she was a child, always pretended to be a widow and behaved like a widow. She wore dark and black clothes and had a long, dark cover, and people thought she was very clever and attractive. She grew up and married a man who was deeply in love with her. After a while, the woman's husband passed away, and she wore dark clothes and a full covering for many years. Her imagination, like that of a widow, had imprinted on her subconscious and manifested over time, regardless of the destruction and problems it caused. The conscious mind, referred to as the carnal mind, is a type of human mental force that views life from an external perspective and is superficial. This force sees death, disaster, illness, poverty, and the limitations of everything, and it influences the subconscious mind. The superconscious mind is a divine force that exists in every individual. This force is the realm and domain of complete ideas and thoughts. It is the perfect model of Plato's speech, known as the divine plan, because there is a divine plan for everyone. There is a place where you reach perfection, and no one else can attain it. There is a task that you do, and no one else can do it. A complete image of this force exists in the superconscious mind and shines and manifests through the conscious mind. It is like an ideal and unattainable thing that is true. In fact, This force is the true destiny of each person, shown to them and revealed through the infinite inner wisdom and insight of each individual. Many people are unaware and uninformed of their true destinies and try to obtain things and positions that do not belong to them. If they achieve them, they experience failure and dissatisfaction. For example, a woman came to me and asked me to say a word about a specific person she wanted to marry and was deeply in love with. She called the person AB. I told her that this was a violation of the spiritual law. However, I will say a word about the right person, and that is divine selection, a person who belongs to that woman by divine law. I added that if the person in question is righteous and worthy, you cannot lose him, but if not, you will find someone like him. The woman experienced a decrease in her friendship and relationship with AB several times. One evening she called me and said, "Do you know that AB was indifferent to me last week?" I said, "Maybe he was not the divine selection, and perhaps someone else is your worthy person." She later met someone else who was deeply in love with her and told her that she was his ideal woman. In fact, she heard all the words she wished to hear from AB from that man. The woman said this was very strange to her, and she quickly moved on from her previous love and forgot all her feelings for AB. This shows the law of substitution. In fact, a suitable idea and thought replace a wrong idea, therefore no decay or harm occurs. In reality, each person's domain is the realm of correct ideas and thoughts, or the divine model. Many people have caused their own misery with meaningless words. For example, a woman asked me why her life was poor and she was living in poverty, while she had previously been a wealthy person with a beautiful home and life. After examining her situation, we found that she was tired of managing her home and life and repeatedly said, "I am sick and tired of this house and life. I wish I lived in a box." She added that she now lives in a box. She had indeed spoken of living in a box. The subconscious mind does not joke at all, while people usually joke about their unpleasant experiences and misfortunes. For example, a wealthy woman always joked about herself and her wealth, saying she was ready to go to the poorhouse. A few years later, she became destitute and needy, and her subconscious mind manifested with an image of poverty and deprivation. Fortunately, this law works in two ways. It can also turn lack and poverty into wealth and prosperity. For example, on a hot summer day, a tired and desperate woman came to me and asked questions about the method of success and becoming wealthy. She said her entire wealth in this world was $8, and I replied, "That's good. We will bless this $8 and multiply it.